I was barely 2 days out of surgery, stitches still sore, pain meds barely helping, when my phone buzzed. It was my sister, Anna. "Hey," her text read, "you can watch my kids for a week, right?" At first I thought she was joking. I could barely walk to the bathroom, let alone chase around her two hyperactive boys. But when I said no, she didn't take it well. I didn't know it yet, but that no would start a family war and end with the most satisfying revenge I've ever delivered. If you've ever had someone completely ignore your boundaries or treat your kindness like weakness, then this story is going to hit home. Make sure to subscribe, like, and tell me in the comments, what is the most ridiculous favor someone has ever asked you? All right, let's dive in. So, a bit of background. I, 34F, had just undergone abdominal surgery. My doctor put me on strict bed rest for at least 2 weeks. My mom stayed with me for a few days to help me get around, but after she left, it was just me, pain meds, pillows, and Netflix. My sister Anna, on the other hand, is the golden child. Married, 2 boys aged 6 and 8, always running around acting like she's the busiest woman alive. She's the type who brags about being a supermom, but somehow always needs someone else to pick up the slack. We've had tension before, mostly her assuming I'll drop everything for her. But this time, I truly couldn't help, even if I wanted to. Then came that text. "Anna, hey, you're home all week anyway, right? Can you watch the boys while I go to a work retreat?" Me, "Anna, I just had surgery. I can barely walk." Anna, "Oh, come on, it's just a few kids' movies and snacks. You'll be fine." My jaw dropped. She wasn't asking. She was telling me. When I said, "No, I'm literally under doctor's orders," she lost it. She called me selfish, said I never help family, and even dragged Mom into it, saying, "You'd do it if Mom told you to." That's when I knew she wasn't just being thoughtless. She was being manipulative. I thought that was the end of it. Until 2 days later, I woke up to the sound of knocking. Weak, still sore, I shuffled to the door. And there they were, her 2 kids, backpacks, lunchboxes, and a note taped to one of them. "Thanks, sis. You'll be fine. Be back Friday." She actually dropped them off. No call, no permission, nothing. I stood there in shock, 2 kids staring up at me, waiting to be let in. My neighbor, Mrs. Carter, saw the scene and helped me bring them inside. She even offered to help watch them for a bit, but she was in her 70s. I couldn't burden her with that. So there I was, stitched, weak, dizzy, trying to make mac and cheese while 2 boys fought over the TV remote. And guess what? Anna didn't answer a single one of my calls, straight to voicemail every time. By the second day, I'd had enough. And that's when I realized if she wanted to treat me like her free nanny, she was going to regret it. I started documenting everything, every text, every missed call, every picture of those kids in my house. I also texted her husband, who, surprise, surprise, had no idea about any retreat. He was at home thinking the kids were with me with my consent, so I told him the truth. He was furious. Apparently, Anna wasn't at a work retreat. She'd gone to a week-long spa resort with her friends. That's when I made my move. With her husband's help, we arranged something she'd never forget. I called my doctor, explained that I'd been forced into childcare against medical orders. She was horrified, and immediately wrote a report for non-compliance with post-surgical care and potential endangerment. Then, with her husband's agreement, he came and picked up the kids that evening, while Anna was still off sipping wine and posting childcare self-care on Instagram. But the real kicker? Her husband texted her, "Kids are safe with me. OP is recovering. Enjoy your spa. You'll need it when you get back." And then he froze their joint account and started talking to a lawyer. When Anna finally came home, she exploded. Called me evil for telling her husband. I just showed her the photos, the doctor's report, and said, "You dumped your kids on a recovering patient. That's not sisterhood. That's selfishness." She stormed out, screaming about how I ruined her marriage. But a week later, Mom called, and for the first time ever, she wasn't defending Anna. She said, "You were right to stand up for yourself. I'm proud of you." Apparently, Anna's husband had filed for temporary separation, and she's now in counseling, both for herself and her stress management. I won't lie. Part of me felt bad for the kids. None of this was their fault. But as I sat there in bed, finally resting without chaos, I realized something. For years, I'd been the easy one, the quiet one, the one who never said no. But this time, I did. And for the first time in a long time, it actually felt good. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't dramatic or loud. It is peace, the kind that comes from finally drawing a line and refusing to be walked over. And if that peace comes with a little poetic justice, well, that's just a bonus. What would you have done in my place? Drop your thoughts below. And if you've ever had someone take advantage of your kindness, tell me how you got your revenge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because next time I've got a story where a boss fires the wrong employee and ends up losing his entire company. See you in the next one.